Like, what is that? Seriously, what is that? This one, kind of bouncy. 17, 19, 20. The tide is actually up a little bit too high today for me to do much detecting in the wet sand, so I'm gonna do my best. You never know what could be hiding around here. We got the Vanquish 440 out today though. Figured it was time to give our Old Faithful a little bit of love. This thing actually always treats me really good when I'm out on the beach. A solid beach machine, that's for sure, or starter beach machine, I should say. I think it's still in there. Where are you? Let's get down there with our pinpointer, huh? Oh, there it is right there. That makes sense why it wasn't coming out. Come here, you. It is a big old lead sinker on some line. That was somebody's rig right there, huh? I don't know, I guess that's a decent find. It's still rigged up. Maybe we can put that baby to use one of these times, huh? That would be cool to do like a challenge, like a fishing challenge, but you can only use stuff that you found metal detecting, you know? Might take a while to find some hooks and stuff, but I'm sure eventually you could do it. Ugh. So today, it's gonna be kind of a casual episode, I think. I just came from another tot lot, and I didn't have the greatest experience out there, but that's why we're on to the next spot, right? Hoping this spot treats us a little bit better. So let's continue to search around this little area for a second. I think all up in here used to be like a dry sand area, so you never know what could be around here, right? Yeah, like that's kind of a coin signal right there. I don't know if I should necessarily be using my sand scoop for up here, so let's drop down. I did just recently try out a new shovel, or I got a new shovel. I'm sure you guys have seen my old green one, right? I'm not retiring that old green one. He's my faithful, but I figured it was time for a little bit of an upgrade. So we decided to try out the old Nocta macro digger. It's definitely more lightweight. Wait a second. Let's try to swing back over this, see what we got. I guess we could try to take a scoop, right? If there's no grass right here, it's not hurting anything. 25 out of the hole. That was much easier. The sand scoop is the method, man. Let's see, is it a coin? I think it is. Let's see what we got here. Whew, that one looks like it's been down there for a while, actually. Are we gonna be able to get anything off of it? At the very least, it's gonna be a copper penny because of the numbers it was giving me. It's definitely not gonna be too new of one, but I'm not so sure that it's gonna be like a weedy or anything either. Let's see, try to use my pouch. No, I see on the back, it's definitely gonna be like a memorial. So it's gonna be somewhere above the wheat range up to 1982, I do believe. So not horrible right there, but let's see what else we got. Another high signal right there with it. Let's take another scoop, I suppose. I like this sand scoop and this sugar sand, not gonna lie. I'm right here on the beachy area, I'd say still technically on the beach, right? There's another one right there. These ones are for some reason getting really eaten up though. I don't know if it's the salt water that's doing it to them or something else. Let me see. Oh wait, that one might be a dime actually. I think that one is a dime. But I still can't get much else off of it. But, you know, when they're this corroded and crusty and different colors like that, it's always kind of a good sign, right? Yeah, I can't tell, but I'm almost certain it's gonna be a Roosevelt dime. Let's fill our hole back in here, huh? Let's give the Vanquish some love. Whoa, check this out. I didn't even know I got this thing out of the dirt. All right. Piece to a fishing rod there, huh? I suppose we'll put that in our pouch. You just never know what could be out here. There's a bone right there. Some type of a fish bone maybe? Or is it human, huh? So, pretty good right here. Couple high tones. The Vanquish is really, really good for like clean ground. When you don't have a whole like crazy amount of signals under there. That one's a 16-17. I think I'll go for that one. Yeah, why not? 16? But yeah, the Vanquish, like with a small coil on it, it honestly goes pretty dang deep. Especially for being like a beginner machine. The only fault I think is, which it could actually be a benefit for some people, it does use AA batteries. So I actually have on here right now, I have this thing that I got off the internet. It's called an RMB Innovations battery pack. And what that does is pretty much turn that thing into like a lithium battery. So all I got to do is plug it into the USB and it gets me seriously long battery life. All right, I can't find it, so I always like to swing back over it. It's like, I think it's still in there. Is it just deeper? The pinpointer ain't even hitting on it, man. Holy moly, it is deeper. So already I'm probably at like 7 or 8 inches down. Got it in my finger. What is that? All right, apologies about that abrupt cutoff there. As I was pulling this thing out of the hole, my GoPro went dead. That's kind of the usual, huh? But that is an old piece to a pull tab, probably from like the 70s, maybe the 80s. I don't know my dates exactly, but that's okay, right? So should we continue maybe to shoot for some high tones right here? It's like I do love shooting for the low tones too. You get a better chance at the gold that way, huh? Oh, check this out. This is actually kind of cool. Look at that thing, man. That's the full freaking thing. It still almost moves, huh? Look at that. It's still got the ability to move. That's a piece of some type of a creature at some point. Yeah. All right, let's keep going. There's a 17 there. Should we go for it? We'll scoop it out. Sand scoop this baby out real quick. Yeah, if I can start sand scooping them out, it wouldn't be nearly as bad, but I'm not gonna do that in areas where there's grass, you know? I'm not gonna destroy the place. That's a fishing sinker right there. I think it's a lead weight, right? The color is a little bit weird. Huh. Definitely a fishing sinker of some type. Add it to the pouch there. I think that was reading a 17. Go over into this little nook maybe. There's a 9 right here. The Vanquish is seriously a solid machine though, I can't lie. Just the depth on it, you know? The depth is amazing. For like what it is, you know, considering the coil size and the price range of the machine, the depth is seriously awesome. And like the consistency in the tone too. That one again is at least a couple inches down there. What, 5 inches down? I know that's not crazy, but give me a nice consistent signal too. Might be small. Ah, okay. That's another piece to a pull tab. I am glistening in the sun. How about you guys? How's your weather looking like where you are? Leave me a comment right now if you feel like it. Let me know, where in the world are you? Are you in America? Are you in the United States? Or are you somewhere else? There's a 9. Should we go for it? Kind of want to. Get down there with our digging tool here. Whew. Metal detecting is a good workout though, right? At the end of the day, if nothing else. Come out here and you clean up the garbaggio and you get a seriously good workout in at the end of the day. What the heck is that? Ah, the assortment. Now we're getting into it, huh? Over here by the sand, right over near the beachy area, we got us a pencil eraser there. Alrighty. Not too bad, I suppose. Let's see if we can maybe get in this little nook over here. See if there's any more high tones. 12-13 though, we gotta go for that one. That is not something I can leave behind. Whew, why'd I wear a black shirt today? That's a good question. Come here, you. I flung it all the way back this way. Is that it? What is it? Is that it? Ooh, what is that? Wait a second. Oh, okay. I thought it was maybe like a little pistol ball or something. I think it is just a split shot fishing weight. I think we're in the fishing territory right now. Oh, I see a little nook though. You guys ready to join me in this little nook? Always fill your holes in, no matter where you are. Even if I'm in the woods, I'll fill my holes in. Maybe I won't make them look as pretty as if I was, you know, elsewhere, but this is a 1. I guess we'll try it, I guess. Should I go for it, everybody? It could be the golden chain, though. Reading a freaking 1. You guys see where I am right now? Decent little nook here, huh? Somebody could have came back here, tried to get it on, and lost something, a piece of jewelry, huh? This has got to be some foil, tiny foil or something. I don't know, I don't think I want to go for this one. Yeah, that thing is the tiniest scrap foil right there. Questionable going for those 1s over here. I just wanted to investigate. I knew it was right on top of the ground. All right, what about right in here? It's another 1. The 1s can be gold though. See something there. There's a nice high signal. Can you guys see back in here? 25, 26. I see a bag, which is kind of intriguing me. Let's get this one out and then let's check out that bag. I think it's out of the hole here. What do we got, everybody? Is it? Is it a coin? Yeah, it is. Ooh, what's that? He looking good. 1968 copper penny right there. Can you guys see him? Looks pretty clean, actually. 1968D. Now, what the heck is in this? That's what I want to know. I'm thinking just sand, hopefully. I'll take it with me just so it doesn't wash back out into the ocean, huh? See some other stuff back here, mostly trash. All right, let's keep searching right here, huh? This is a good little spot. Enjoyable spot even, though. There's like a 14 right here. Call it, everybody. What's a 14 on the Vanquish? Usually for me, I think it's a pull tab, but could be anything, right? Is it iron? Okay, it is, I think that's chewing tobacco lid. Starting to rust there. It was giving me a scratchy, bouncy signal. That's one thing about the Vanquish though, is I do notice is there's no like iron bias setting or anything on it, so you pretty much got to take what you can get. Most of the time it's pretty accurate, but I have noticed sometimes it will give you like a high signal on iron, on nails and stuff, you know, if you got a butt ton of nails. Might not be the best experience, but like I said, when you have really clean ground like this, then usually works super good. That one looks like a modern penny. So what do you guys think? You enjoying the Vanquish hunt? I'm enjoying it. It is seriously nice out here, man. Right here by the water in a little bit of a nook. Enjoying some nature action, huh? See if we can come out with anything else. I really wish this shore would like recede out a little bit further. Woo! I don't have my water shoes on me. The tide may be even coming in right now. 14. What'd I just pull at 14? I think I just pulled that, what the heck is that stuff? Chewing tobacco. Let's see what else we got right here, huh? We're in the deep of it now. Should not be going in there with my hand. I know better than that, don't I? Wait. At least I don't like to pry. Like, I never like to pry the sand or the dirt with my hand, because that's when you really get cut. I mean, you can still get cut reaching in there, but as long as your target is at least like not still in the dirt, you know? Okay, there's just another fishing weight. The lead is adding up though, huh? The lead. We got a collection of lead. So let's see, should we try to find another little nook section? Let's do it. I think there's more coins, and you gotta realize, like, if I'm finding coins over here, right now it doesn't look like this would be the most active spot, but maybe back in the day it was, you know? Let me just see. Let's come out here a little bit, see what we got. See something right on top. Right on top of the surface. I think that's just a piece of a can probably. Once I start to like extend out into this area though, I'm getting into a lot more trash. A lot of like 14, 15 signals. Those could be good, but let's go for this one, 1920 real quick. What do we got with the 1920? And he's deep, isn't he? That's one thing about this Vanquish, man. You're battling the deeper signals with this thing, which I guess that's a good problem to have. Come here, you. I might have been half an inch off. Eat. Oh, it's down in there. If it's a zinc penny, I don't know about this spot because it's already like 5 or 6 inches down. What am I doing reaching in there with my hand? What am I doing? Is it a can, man? What we got? I think it's out. Wait a second. Ooh, what's that, guys? It's definitely something a little different. Is it just a washer? Wait a second. Let's check this one out. Let's check it out together. I don't think it's a copper or I don't think it's a... Ooh, that almost looks kind of crude. It's definitely not just a regular washer. It might be made out of lead. It's very heavy. I don't think it's iron. Yeah, I think it's reading up high on my detector. What is that, everybody? Any of you guys know? It's reading a 19 on the target ID, so it's not an iron washer. Like I said, it kind of feels like lead, but I really don't know. I'll take that. It's got my curiosity piqued a little bit. I was thinking that was going to be like a penny, a modern penny. I'm glad it wasn't. So let's see. So I guess you never really know, right? This one sounds deep. You gotta keep an open mind. You never know what could be out there. That probably was nothing significant, but I'm keeping an open mind, right? Ooh, come here. There's like a big old rock under there. Is that what that is? What the heck even is that? Piece of a tree or what? Piece of a freaking shipwreck? I don't actually know what that is. I guess it's just a big old piece of wood. I got something relatively deep down in here, guys. Let's see what it was. It sounded faint on the Vanquish. Got it out. There it is. What the heck is this now? Ooh, is it a pole? I might be getting into some interesting stuff over here, guys. I don't know. Do I have my brush on me? What the heck is that little doohickey now? What is this doohickey? You guys enjoy the live digs with me? I know sometimes they get more like drawn out, but this is the reality of the hunt for me, you know? You go through all stages of curiosity. Like you get the signal, then you don't know what the heck it is. Ooh, what's that? Ooh. What is that, guys? You see that? It almost looks like a gear, or it's got teeth like a gear. Ooh. Definitely deeper. So we'll leave it as is. I'm not really sure what it is, but I see some. Can you see those teeth around the edges there? I think it might be made of copper. Brush it. I need a brush with what do they call them, like a steel bristled brush or something. All right, we'll move on from that one. I'm not really sure, but that one's definitely a curiosity. You can see those teeth around it. It looks like maybe copper or brass. I don't know, a little gear or something similar. Let's make sure that's all she was down in the hole. Yep, that's all she was. So the Vanquish right now is treating me pretty dang good. Going relatively deep for these targets. Let's keep it up here, huh? In a little bit of a nook section over here. The Vanquish is a beast starter machine. But so is the Simplex. That's like the trouble I have. And even like the Bounty Hunter, I heard, is a really good starter machine. Got it? What we got here, guys? Okay. Little tiny piece to a pull tab. That's when you know you're cut, if you're cut out for the hobby or not, is when you're pulling up deep trash signals. Holy, look at that pull tab. That's another ancient one. All right, we're on the pull tabs now. Let's get away from this little section. I pulled that little weird gear thing out of here and then double pull tab action after that. So search for a couple of high tones. I'll pump my sensitivity up one more bar here. Should probably put my sand scoop away. 16, 17, what do you guys think? Go for it. At least cut the plug initially with the sand scoop. Look at that. That's the technique right there. All it takes is one scoop with the sand scoop to cut a plug. That might be the new technique. Nah. What's this? I see. The reality of the hunt, huh? And it's like, I don't like to just I could just cherry pick the high tones, but sometimes those lower tones are interesting, you know? Do a better job fluffing out this hole. It's basically just sand here, but I like to make the areas look like undisturbed, you know? Make the areas look undisturbed as much as you can. I'm gonna wait for a high one. Yeah, right there. Yes. 26 through 30 right there. Maybe I should just be hunting for the high tones around here. Cut the plug with the old sand scoop here. Pop them out. Could just be like a modern day quarter, of course, but let's see. Is it still down in the hole? Yes. I do believe it is. So it's gonna be a deeper one again. Come on, let's get in there. Get down in there now. It's out already, actually. Come on, give me a silver coin, baby. Give me a, ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. What is that? That is an interesting shape. What is that, guys? What is that made out of? I find a lot of things shaped like this, but this almost seems like some copper or some brass. Definitely, I'm pretty sure, because it was reading up 2930. It's not iron. It's reading up 24 right now out of the hole. What could that be, guys? Something slightly older, maybe? All right, let's keep going, keep going. I don't want to waste too much time on this stuff that could just be, you know, modern day trash, but that thing, I don't think that was modern day trash. I don't know what it was, but it's kind of giving me a good feeling over here. Let's try to high tone hunt a couple more with the Vanquish over here. And I also have my Legend with me. But why do I need the Legend if the Vanquish is spanking it out, man? Oh. This one sounds kind of big, maybe. 19 though. I'm gonna go for him. Pop the initial plug with the sand scoop. Drop down on it. It's like some really nice sugar sand right here too. Like right here. Very nice sugar sand area to hunt. This has got to be the most luxury digging you can get, right? When you're just digging in this sugar sand. Careful now. Is it down there? What is it, guys? What is it? What is that? No. Definitely another curiosity. I'm choking. Another curiosity. That one might just be a type of bottle cap, maybe. Holder bottle cap, maybe. Not sure still though. I'm just gonna put it in the pouch and keep on going. Try to not waste too much time, right? Just get to hunting. Get to live digging, yeah. Make sure that's what it was in there too. Yeah. 14, 15 around it, but $18. Go for that one. We'll try it. 18 on the Vanquish. Maybe a crusty, corroded penny, or it could be something just different again. Slightly older and different. Doesn't seem like it's too deep. All right, this one might be modern. Yeah, that one's gonna be, I think, a modern day penny. Pretty close to the surface there. Ultra crusty. You never know though. We'll have to look at these coins later just in case. But for the most part, I think most of those are just modern day crusty zinc pennies. $20 right on the surface here. Can't be anything good, right? Probably a modern penny there. Let's see. Just some scrap right there we'll pick up while we're back here, huh? A little bit of a nook. Too much of a little nook in here. So I think with that one though, everybody, I'm probably gonna end this live dig off right there. I'm definitely gonna continue to dig. I am not over it yet, but I think this video has already gotten relatively long. So let me know if you guys happen to know what any of that stuff I just found was down below. I'm still getting plenty of signals over here. So I definitely ain't giving up yet, but holy moly. Is this it right here? Yo, like, what is that? Seriously, what is that? That thing's right on the surface, man. Is that lead or what? I'm pretty sure that's lead right there. Yeah, I'm gonna continue to hunt this spot for sure. Look at this. This is some type of lead that was tacked in. You guys see that? The tacks are still in it. Do you know what that is or what that could have been used for? It's crazy out here, right on the surface, man. So I'm gonna continue to hunt this spot. If I find some more stuff, I'm definitely gonna turn you guys back on, and it'll probably be a separate video. But for this one, again, I appreciate you guys stopping by. If you enjoyed it, hey, please give that video a thumbs up, man. I'm working for it out here, okay? So if you enjoyed it, only if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy it, of course, you know, feel free to give it a thumbs down or head out right now. But anyways, again, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and if you're not already subscribed, consider spanking that subscribe button too. I'm getting dehydrated out here, so I'm gonna have to cut it off there. So thank you guys, and I hope to see you again very soon.